Okay, for the next tip, I'm going to use my lovely Crocodile. I've had a lot of people write me and ask me for tips on using this thing, and I even had one person tell me they've owned one for months and didn't use it because they couldn't get a grasp around it. So I'm going to show you how to use the Crocodile. The Crocodile has these two cutting sides, two punch sides, and this one side is a 3/16 and the other side is a 1/8. So you can make a small hole or a big hole. The other thing it has is this feature where you can move the cutting position so that you just loosen up the knob here and it slides the rule up and down so you can position where you want to cut, how deep into your paper or whatever. Finally, it also has on here this head. And what this head is it provides the sides and sizes for you to use the grommets, snaps, whatever you're going to use in your project. So to do that, you simply snap that out and you turn it around to the side you want to use. And it has 3 different sizes here. Okay, make that 4, excuse me. And so you want to pop it in when you pick the one you want. Also over here you can pop it out and you can turn to, you have a smaller tip for using the smaller grommets or the bigger tip for using the bigger ones. In this instance I'm going to use a bigger one because I am going to turn my little document here into a hanging piece. So first what I want to do is I want to punch the holes, and I'm going to punch my holes at a bigger size because I want to use ribbon once I'm done with this to make it a hanging piece. So I'm going to turn my punch over and I'm simply going to put my paper in. Now remember, when you set the rule, what it does is it stops where you're punching. So I'm going to adjust this. I only want it to go in, say, that far. So now that I'm going to tighten this back up. And if you have the tool, it'll be easier for you to try it than watching me. But I tightened it back up there. So now this rule will only go in as far as I want it to. So I'm going to put that in like that. And I'm just going to line mine up with the edge of the paper. And there I just have a perfect punched hole. Now, of course, you could do with this with a regular hole punch, but if you have the Crocodile, it serves all the purposes of your hole punching, so you want to use it. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my grommets in. And I'm going to make this a hanging piece, and I want to use, maybe I'll use these copper ones. These are pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to take the grommet, and I'm going to use the flat tip on the top. So you're just going to slide that in so the little leg will fit right in through your punched hole like that. Then I'm going to take my Crocodile, and you want the tip to be on the top. So I'm going to take my Crocodile, let me get that back in there first, and I'm going to put it over the hole and just punch. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, and there you have it. That simple. And so you want to do the same thing with the other side. Just like that. Tip on top, punch, and there you have it. So now I can simply take a ribbon, any ribbon that I choose, and I'll just, for the sake of time, take this ribbon, and you can put it right through the hole. Tie it up. these make cool cards. If you're giving a card to someone for their birthday or something, it doesn't always have to be the, you know, folded in half standard card. You can make the card to be whatever you want to be. Now, how fun is that? And unique. And a great card to give as a gift. And that's a tip on using the Crocodile. Okay, since I'm already playing with this one piece that I've done my acrylic stamping, my gesso stamping, and then I just stamped with some white pigment ink text along it, and then I've punched holes in it and put grommets in it with my Crocodile. I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to use some diamond glaze. This stuff is the greatest. Many of you may have heard me going on and on about it. It's because it's actually one of my favorite tools. I'm going to, or I should say products, I'm going to just simply take a brush and I'm going to brush this across the top. The good thing about the diamond glaze on paper is that it dries really fast. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, number one, it's coating it. Number two, it's going to give it a hard, kind of steady feel so that it'll be long-lasting, number one. And number two, it'll hold great. So that's what we're going to do with this piece here. So it'll be a nice, like I said, birthday card for someone, for hanging. You can put a message on it to yourself, hang it over your desk or somewhere where you need a positive message. And it's a lot of fun, and it dries up so pretty. So we're going to give that just a second to dry, and then we're going to finish it up. And here we are with my quick project that used all the techniques I just showed you, which was using the Crocodile to put in your grommets, and you punch the hole with it and also press the grommet in. Now, you could use a regular hole punch to do this. However, the regular hole punch doesn't have the feature that would show you how to punch the grommets in as well. So you'd have to hammer it in, or any other method that you would normally use for getting a grommet in. Then we have the painted on stamp to make the word dream, and that was painted on with gesso. We also have the painted on background stamp that was painted on with gold metallic paint and got that nice beautiful gold design back there. This is simply stamped text that I used pigment, white pigment ink, to stamp the text around the outside. And then I added this feature, which is a plastic clock on here and a rhinestone. And I coated this with diamond glaze to give it a nice texture for hanging, and if it gets dusty, you can just wipe the dust right off of it. And hung it with a ribbon, and now it can hang in my room. But it has all the techniques that I just showed you how to do. It was fun and quick, and again, a great project for gifts or whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.